today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today we're going to be doing something that I call watercolor flowers, okay? So I'm going to do a tutorial today on the flowers, except I'm going to put a little twist on it because I don't like to do the same thing that someone else has done because that person already did it, you know? So I'm going to do the tutorial, but I'm going to do it with a little spin on it to make it different, okay? And those are just two of them that I did. We're going to be making those today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now what I'm going to do for this particular flower, because I'm doing a demonstration, I'm going to make it bigger than I had made the other flowers. I'm going to be using 3 circles for my shape. I'm doing a layered effect, so each circle is smaller than the other one. I'm just using, this is a canning jar lid. This is a top to a small painting jar. And this is a glitter spray top. But they're all, one is smaller than the other one. That's why I chose these. I'm going to go ahead and get these drawn up, get them cut out. Then when I come back, I'm going to show you how to make watercolor flowers. Now I got my shapes cut out. Now I'm going to start with the largest shape. Here's the other 2 shapes, the other 2 circles. Here's the larger one, okay? What I'm going to do is I already have my paint mixed up. Now you can use watercolors if you have. If you don't have watercolors, I don't have any watercolors. So I'm just using the paint I already have and I'm just adding water to it, okay? And just make a nice little puddle of water, okay? And then just take the brush and just brush. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a watercolor flower. Okay. There we go. Nice light watercolor type color. Now I'm going to grab some blue paint and I'm going to do the same thing with this layer. You just need a dot of paint. You don't need a lot if you're breaking it down to use it like a watercolor. Clean my brush. Now I'm going to take a little bit of, I'm going to have like a damp brush like that. And I'm going to put it right there with some water. And I'm going to mix it so I can get my watercolor consistency. Okay. That's a little thick. Need some more water. You want the watercolor to be as light as possible. And then it'll just glide over the paper. As I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect. There's the blue one. Okay, and here's the small one. I'm going to make that purple. In fact, what I'm going to do with the small one, I'm going to make that a magenta. Okay, now we're coming back. Now these have dried. What I'm doing now is I'm putting some sparkly glue on it. So I can get them a little, now I'm using white sparkly glue. I found that the white sparkly glue tends to work on everything. So I love using it. Okay, there we go, sparkly glue is. Now, now what I'm using, I forgot to, is cardstock, white cardstock, okay? Now, when you put the water, the paint on, put the color on, it's gonna curl up a little bit, like here. But as soon as you put the sparkly glue on, that's gonna help flatten it back out. So don't worry if it curls up on you a little bit. The sparkly glue will help flatten it back out again. Okay, let me grab this one and put some sparkly glue on it. These are now dried. Now, what I actually put 2 coats of glitter on each one. I mean glitter glue on each one, okay? Because I really wanted it to be glittery. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut the flowers out. What I do is cut 4 times going around. Almost to the center, but not across the center. Like that, like this. You don't want to cut all the way across. but cut almost to the center, but not all the way. Like that. Okay? So it should be, let me show you the back side. It should be like something like that. Okay? Do that 4 times. Then for each of the sections, you're going to cut in the middle, almost to the center, but not all the way. So in the end, you're going to have 8 pieces. Okay? So now that I have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape each one of these. Now from the back, you should see 8 sections. Now each one of these, I'm gonna shape it into a petal, or you can tear it into a petal. Which is tearing bothers my wrists and fingers, I'm just gonna use my scissors like this. Let me turn the camera so you can see. Okay, and then you have this. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other 2 off camera, and then when I come back, we're going to put them together. Now you need hot glue to put these together. Now you can use regular paper glue, but for something like this, I prefer to use hot glue, because that way I know it's going to always stay together. Okay, so when I come back, we'll get this glued together, and then we'll have our flower ready. The reason why I came back is I wanted to show you something. I like for the center, I'm not going to do 8 sections, I'm just going to do 4. Okay, for the very top. Okay, so I just wanted to come back to show you I had made it. You can do 8 for the center if you want to, but to finish off my center, I'm just going to do 4 sections. Okay, you can still do 8 if you wanted to, but for me it's just going to be 4, because the center part, I want that to be kind of, you know, because the reason why I'm doing it, because I'm going to put something in the center, and I don't want to have any trouble once I get the edges curled up for the center. I don't want any trouble with that, you know, the center part laying down. Okay, all right, okay, get rid of the scraps here. Now this is what we got so far. Okay, that's what we got. All right. Okay, now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my brush, my tiny brush, you see, little, and I'm going to take each one of these and I'm going to shape them up, just like Bab Smart 6 did in her video. Okay, let me shape that that edge there is a little bit pointed. Don't want that there. This one's a little bit pointy too. Make sure it's rounded off. Don't want anything pointy. Nice and rounded off. I'm going to take this and just take it and pull it around like that. Just fold it around the edge to give it, you know, so to make it like a flower. I'm going to do these ones too. Okay, then you can grab this one and do this one too. Okay. Oops. Gotta be careful because these are very delicate. Once you cut them up, they'll tear easily, so you gotta be kind of careful with those. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my hot glue, which I already got over here heated up. I'm gonna put a drop here in the middle. Don't need a lot, just a drop. Then you're gonna put this on to where you don't want the petals to line up exactly. You want it to be kind of You want to see each petal, okay? So you don't want to line it up perfect. You want to kind of put it to where this petal is between those two, and so forth, okay? Don't want it perfectly in there, because that way you won't see all the petals, okay? I'm going to take this one, the one I only did 4 with, put this in the center. Once again, making sure that it's not perfectly on top of the other one, so that way all the petals get seen. I'm going to put this here, like so. Okay, and turn this a little bit. And there we go, there's our flower. Let that dry for a while, okay? The next thing we're going to do, we have to pick a center. For that, I have the perfect center. These are perfect for this because they're shiny, just like that is. I'm going to open them up. I'm going to grab out a few, put them in this lid here. Okay. You see? Aren't those nice? So those are going to look perfect right in the center of that. I'm going to put some good nice dollop of glue. I'm going to take these and just pour them in the center, right on top of it. Then just position them to where they're right in the glue. Okay. Then shake off with digging stick. Okay. Now what I'm going to also do to help it out a little bit, I'm going to put some more glue right on it. Right there. Because I want this center to be kind of substantial. So I'm going to put some around the edges. Whatever sticks will be on the edges there. About 2 of them should stick on that glue. Only 1 sticking, that's okay. Just be 1 on that one and that side, okay? Basically, it's done, okay? Now, you can use this with all kind of different projects. You can put this in scrapbooks, of course. You can even put these on boxes. If you're decorating a box or something like that, there's a whole lot of things you could do with these. Now, for this one, I see what I want to do here. I need to put some color right in the middle of it. Shiny beads. Let me see if this will work. No, I don't know if that will work. That's really not along with the color. Looks like it's sticking in there. I'll get that out of there. I'm going to have to put something else in here to give it a splash of color. Let me see what I have here. Maybe a pink one will do. Pink or a blue one. I have a lot of pink in there. Maybe I should pick it up with a blue. Yeah, that might work. Just to give it some color and definition there. Let me put that on there real quick. And then we can talk about... Too bad if I don't have a purple one, be perfect. But I don't have a purple one like that. So I just use the blue. Blue is fine. Yeah, I like the cluster of diamonds in there, but I want more of a color there to bring it together. Okay, let me drop that right there in the middle. Okay, I'll let that cool. Okay, right there, just like that. Okay, that looks better because it has some definition. It has a point there. That with all that white, it's pretty. The white was very pretty with all the sparkly, but the blue helps bring it all together in the middle. Now I want to show you really quickly some other ones that I had done. Here is a little one that I had done. Now this one is a lot like this one, but except I put more pigment. I used more pigment in the color. This one is more like a watercolor. This one I used darker purples and so forth in this one, but it's basically the same colors. This one is pink. Okay. Now this one here, I'm going to be using this for my scrapbooking project. But I did the same coloring as I did here. I watered out the paint and used it. Now this one is going to be for my scrapbooking projects. That's why I chose the green and yellow. So it'll match that. Let me put that one up there. Okay. Alright, now this one here this is a white one I did, and it has those beads. Now these little beads here, I didn't know what to do with them. I had bought them a long time ago. I never figured out what to do because they're too small to really do much with them. But what I did is once I did these flowers, I can use them for the center of the flower. That makes a nice cluster there. Okay, and this is the same one except it's beige. Beige cream rose. Here's a white one with a yellow in the center. I might use this in my scrapbook too. Okay. And here's cream with a ribbon, some organza ribbon in the middle with a pearl for the center. Okay. And this here is see the back. This is cream and white. I made a four petal flower, and I put an 8 one on top of it and put a pearl in there. Okay. And here is some other ones that I just did single layer. I'm going to be using these for my scrapbooking project. Okay. You put that up there to the side here. Okay, and here's some more of those. These are all the ones I did. Okay, and once again I want to thank Bab Smart 6 for this lovely tutorial that she did on these flowers and the innovative style that she made these in, because you can do an awful lot with that particular style of flower. You can use these in scrapbooks. You can also use these in on boxes. You can decorate boxes, or you can put these on cards. Now these would be lovely on cards, or anything like that. You can even use these to decorate and put on the top of gifts. Maybe instead of a ribbon, you can make a couple of these flowers. You can glue them right to the top of the gift to make it extra special. Oh, one more thing before I go. Also gonna have these here. Now this is the same pattern that I made here. And I made a round tag. And this one I made a long tag. The same type of flower. And I used the wood buttons that I got from Oriental Trader. This was all the things I've done with that pattern of flower making. Well, my name is Shan. Well, I want to thank you once again for tuning in to Shan for Crafts, and God bless.